What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the No Contest podcast. In this episode, we're going to talk all things MLB. MLB currently, the Rays, top five teams, just fantasy baseball in general. We have knowledgeable guys, Nick, Faber, Sif, a bunch of different fan bases. So, hope you enjoy. All right, so we're going to talk about our biggest disappointments thus far in the MLB season. I'm going to start with Nick. Nick, who is your biggest disappointment thus far?
Honestly, overall, I'm gonna just have to go as a team. I think the Cardinals are, not performing at the same level. We know we were losing, some big pieces in Wayno and Yachty, but our other pieces stepping up. Yes, Monty's playing well. I think Nolan's been pretty good, and Goldie too, but the other pieces around him, I don't know if they're getting everything,
I
firing
I
on all
really feel like it's
cylinders.
just their pitching though. Like Miles Mikolas sucks.
Goldschmidt's been underperforming too.
He's
Like
still hitting
Miles
like
Mikolas
300
is
though.
horrible. I
yeah.
drafted him in fantasy, and I regret every day he's
Who?
on my roster.
Who?
Miles Mikolas.
Oh yeah, he's horrible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
they have no pitching. They have like Adam Wainwright. Uh, not Adam Wainwright. Fucking.
I mean, they do have Adam Wainwright,
Yeah,
but
they do have Adam Wainwright. Yeah, he's coming back. He's hurt.
He's so old. I don't know.
he's
The Cardinals
he's
just suck.
39.
Doesn't
When
matter.
your ace is
No, I'm saying
30,
that's their best pitcher. They have a. I don't know. They got some. Nolan Gorman is a stud. That's all I know.
Has he been playing well
He's
this
the
year?
biggest sleeper. Yeah, no, yeah. Nolan Gorman is the dude. He's my top sleeper, one of them.
Hmm.
I have a lot of sleepers, but
I like him a
All right.
lot. I just haven't followed him too closely.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
going eight.
All right, Faber, who's your biggest disappointment thus far?
Biggest disappointment is Sandy Alcantara. This guy's a Cy Young pitcher. He's the best pitcher in the world, apparently. Well, he is one of the best pitchers in the world. He has a 5.4 ERA right now. Gave up 9 earned runs in one start. Gave up 3 earned runs in two other starts. He has yeah, he has like two quality starts out of like six starts. For him, that's horrible. And he's a 5.4 ERA. So
Hmm.
he's underperforming. He'll get it together. I'm not worried. But at this moment, he is my biggest underperformer.
Mm-hmm.
I think that one start that he gave, he got shelled,
Yeah.
really blew him up. But this is a lot of, it's early, man.
It
Yeah,
I
is.
think
it's
a lot of this can
it's
get
April.
flipped.
but
Yeah.
yeah, we're
And
just
there's
that's
guys that get off to slow starts. I mean, same can be said about any of the teams and anybody that we say. But
100%.
it's just,
I feel
yeah.
like sleepers is better to talk about than disappointments.
Yeah.
That's
Disappointments,
fair.
it's hard to talk about disappointments. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. I
You
mean,
know.
Yeah.
people could be disappointed. I think another one, I mean, if we want to kind of spin off there, players I just thought of. I mean, I feel like Soto has been on a little bit of
Machado
a,
as well.
Oh,
yes.
Machado.
Even
Yeah.
though
Mm-hmm.
overall I feel like the Padres haven't been really too much of a, disappointment. Tatis is coming back and everything, but I think Soto, I saw
Soto's been
a
a
segment
disappointment.
I saw a segment the other day, I want to say it was on MLB Network, but they were like comparing his stats since he's been traded over, and it's just been not what he was when he was over here in Washington.
But the
Yeah.
trade really hasn't worked out for the Nationals either. It's kind
No,
of like a lose-lose.
at the time the Padres thought it was going to be the difference in the playoffs, and that it wasn't.
I mean, yeah, you're
Not
not
really.
losing by getting Juan Soto, but he's not been. Dude, I've always thought. I mean, at least recently, I'm like they're overrating him, and he's kind of been overrated. I mean, he hasn't really done much lately to be considered a top five player in the elite category with guys like Arenado and Pete
I yeah, no.
and John.
Pete.
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 Well,
He is a stud. The last couple of days been a little bit, but he's been crazy like
All right,
the month of
I want to
April.
go over my biggest disappointment. My biggest disappointment is the New York Mets for not going undefeated, like Faber said.
I
hey,
Nah,
like that one.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I got another disappointment so far. I guess you could say the Phillies.
Yeah, the Phillies are definitely
Um,
a
But they're
disappointment.
hurt.
yeah,
I
they're
think
there,
so.
but
Zach
we
Wheeler.
knew we knew that they were going to get out to a
No, he
slow
hasn't been
start.
that bad. He hasn't been that bad. Wheeler just pitched a good game
He's been bad for him. I mean,
for
what's his
him.
ERA?
Yeah,
Him
he's
is
always
having
been.
him
He's always
is having
fluctuated.
exactly.
He has
Yeah,
a
that
four
is him.
He's been horrible. He's been really
Yeah.
bad.
I
And
mean, Corbin Burns is one of my disappointments. He's at a 4.5. I
Oh,
mean,
absolutely.
but
How could that not be up
Mhm.
there?
yeah, he was one that I was banking on when we did our draft of our staff. He was my number one. He was my horse. I took him in fantasy. Has not been amazing. He had a couple good outings.
Mhm.
He's 2-1. He does have, I want to say, like 30 strikeouts or so. So I mean, he is doing Corbin Burns-esque stuff, just not at the same clip that he was in his Cy Young candidacy years yet, at
Mhm.
least.
Yeah, I have two for you. They correlate. All right, Anthony Rendon overall, and the Angels fucking organization. Like it is just an abomination over there. I mean, like they need to make a decision by the trade deadline if they're going to trade Ohtani or not, and that's if they're in playoff contention. If they're not in playoff contention with the top two players in the world, like by this point, at this point, it's insane. And Anthony Rendon has to be that guy that steps up and plays well for them.
At this
I will
point,
say this though: Shohei is a god.
Oh, a
Like-
god. He's a god.
he,
Yeah, he's a
he
god.
can't do it all himself. So that's why I think he's a lock, not re-signing. That's first
I
off.
I think he's a future Met. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know what
I-
it is.
You think Steve Cohen just gives 10% of his
and
fortune?
it's hard
Yeah.
to get outbid by Steve Cohen. What I'll say about the Angels and the Ohtani situation is, Rendon hasn't performed since he's got there. This isn't a shock. He
I
hasn't
know.
performed.
He's the same as
He's-
Pujols.
He's just kind of shit. I'm being real. But Hunter Renfroe, that guy's a stud.
He is.
I want to give love to Hunter Renfroe. Whenever that guy's healthy playing, he's a 30 home run, 90 RBI guy. He's going off. He's the reason why there's
He's very underrated for the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah,
He's a
I mean,
stud.
their
He's one
2021
of those
run.
guys that bounces around, and it doesn't make sense why he bounces around.
he's a
Well, the Red
stud.
Sox traded him, and I'm still confused why they made the trade for Jackie Bradley Jr. and traded away Hunter Renfroe.
Another one on that team we got to highlight, and it's
Hey.
one that I got shit on earlier for. That ex-Yankee Gio, he's doing big things.
Ah,
over
I know.
on the West
I
Coast.
know. It's so. I love Gio, man. Hey, shout
he
out to
sucks.
Zach Nito. Shout out to the boy Zach Nito. Shout
But
out to
Hoppy, the dude
Bro,
from the
yeah.
Bronx. Did you see that clip of him throwing the ball back from left field? He was there as a
Yeah.
kid. Yeah, he's like from the area, and he caught a home run and chucked it back like back in, like 4 or
Look
5
at
years
that.
ago.
What a
Yeah.
guy.
It's funny.
And now he's catching in Yankee Stadium and
Mhm,
getting hurt in
yeah.
Yankee Stadium.
It's funny. Sif, did you give yours?
Yeah, I mean Machado for me was my most disappointing player so far. Having him in fantasy and him having a .250 OBP is pretty bad, and a 213 batting average is not what I expected when I drafted him in the second round.
Mhm.
I'll just say it.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's move on to our biggest surprises of this season. Faber, I'll start with you on this one.
Well, I think number one, there's a clear guy who's the biggest sleeper in the league, Justin Steele, pitcher for the Cubs. He is incredible. Last season, he was pretty mediocre. There was some flashes of greatness, honestly, and this year he's just unstoppable, and he is by far the biggest sleeper in the league. Also, someone from the Cubs, Patrick Wisdom. He's a major sleeper. The Cubs in general have just a lot of sleeper players. Seiya Suzuki as well. Another sleeper player I'm going to go with is Graham Ashcraft, pitcher on the Reds. He's low-key, not a big strikeout guy, but he's just a good pitcher, knows how to pitch. He's having a good year. And one more sleeper who he just got sent down, but when he's coming back up is Taj Bradley. He's a stud. and he's a top 20 prospect in the MLB. The Rays needed him because of injuries to Springs and other guys, and when he comes up for real, like he's a machine. So
So, Favor, do you want to tell them that you spend 2/5 of your $100 free agent budget on Taj Bradley?
yeah, I spent $40 on Taj Bradley at last second when you have $100 the whole season. Could have been an overpay. I kind of have a weak back end of my rotation. It's not easy in a deeper league to get rotation depth off the wire. So I thought it was the move, and we'll see how it turns out.
I put 15 on it, and I was debating that.
Yikes.
That's funny. That's funny. All right, I'm gonna give my biggest surprise, and then I'll let Nick and Sif go. But I wouldn't say this is much of a surprise, but more of a breakout in Corbin Carroll. I don't think I expected him to be as good as he is already. He's the fastest guy in the league. He's got to be, right? Like, did you see his first or his home to third was the fastest in the league in like a 10-8 or something like that.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, he's an absolute stud, rookie of the year, incoming. Like he's just the dude in Arizona now. So yeah, that's my big. I wouldn't say surprise, but biggest breakout for sure.
And I'm going to piggyback off you, Max. I'm going to say, like, my biggest surprise team so far is the Arizona Diamondbacks. I mean, they're competing in an NL West where it was supposed to be the Padres and the Dodgers, and that was it. And the Diamondbacks aren't going away, and they got their ace, and Zach Gallen. He is coming for everyone this year.
He's a horse,
And
man.
he struck out 12 today. Like, he's coming for people. And the Marlins are going to strongly regret making that trade for Jazz with him.
That's what I was just about to follow up with is I hate to be the hater, but let's stir the pot, eh? I understand everyone, all the hype and everyone with the Marlins loving Jazz. Dude, you guys gave up a stud.
We could have had
They could have had Sandy and him.
I just don't understand. Like, Jazz is awesome. I'm not hating on Jazz like that. But guys, come on, he's not that good. He shouldn't even be playing center field.
Yeah.
Like, that's another. I don't understand what's going on.
Nah,
But
neither do
on a
I.
more
Well, that's just
positive
the
note,
Marlins dysfunctional
yeah,
organization.
on a
Yeah,
more positive
Nick,
note,
yeah.
surprise. I hate to say it, but I don't know what they're eating in Tampa Bay. But those Rays need to chill.
But they're a surprise every year for some reason, and like they're
Yeah,
good
but this
every
is
year, and like they're surprising every
100%.
year.
100%, but this is like record-breaking and stupid.
It's
Yeah,
just
it's
weird when you
stupid.
look at their lineup, other than a Rosarena and
Brandon Lau.
Brandon Lau.
Their
they have
pitching, their
They have
pitching
no
is
one, bro.
their pitching is
Their
insane.
pitching is a top.
Yeah,
Is
they
the
just
top-
keep
top
they
three
just keep
rotation
pulling up
baseball.
more guys. It just doesn't make
Who's the young
sense.
stud I'm missing on their offense? A
Springs?
Rosarena? No, a
Oh,
Rosarena.
They have
Wander.
Yandy Diaz,
Wander Franco.
Wander Franco.
He's
Yeah.
the best. He's crazy.
Yandy
Yeah,
is having a good season though.
Yandy's good too. Yep.
Yeah.
Another
He's very,
like
very underrated.
I will say the Marlins did do one thing, and I knew he was going to be good. And a lot of my Marlins fans didn't know who he was coming in. Luis Ariz. I think we need to mention this guy.
Unbelievable.
He's hitting like
I
400.
knew, dude, he's hitting 444.
Yeah,
I was
he's-
looking into it a little bit more earlier. He hasn't played as many games. He was a little banged up, so that's why I think it's a little inflated. But hitting for the cycle, walking into Miami like he owns the place. I mean, he went off in the WBC there, so I think that kind of settled him in. And I think he's a perfect fit for that team. And he is the guy. Like, this is exactly why I was gonna say, like, imagine Gallen with him. Forget Jazz. Like, you just brought in a guy that, dude, he was the difference between Judge winning the Triple Crown last year. Everyone forgets
Yeah.
that. No one
Yeah,
talks about it.
crazy.
He was the one that stopped Judge in winning that. And I mean, Bogarts was there too, but I think he ended up
Yeah.
ultimately being
Uh-huh.
the one that
Yeah,
was ahead of
Bogarts,
him.
I think, finished third. Had to rep the guy. Had to rep him, even though he's no longer a Red Sox.
He's been stinking it up,
For
hasn't he?
me, he was my shortstop growing up, so I have to rep him.
And you know what? Another nice surprise to finish it off. I know we went a little bit cold, but this guy, Mr. Rizzo,
Yeah.
He's been doing
dude,
Yeah,
off.
he's
No,
he
nice.
was going off.
Yeah.
He was
it's
hitting
not like
like
a surprise, but I get.
no. I mean,
Hey.
he's up there in age. I mean,
I think we're all missing something. I think we're all missing something. But there's
I have
something
my Rookie of the Year candidate.
there,
Do you want to hear
there's
him?
there's something cooking in Pittsburgh.
Dude,
Yeah.
that
There-
was the
there is-
other one I forgot. I meant to
There is
mention
some
that one.
there is
No,
something
no.
cooking in
They're
Pittsburgh.
the biggest overperforming team ever.
The
they
I
Pirates
don't
are
understand the
Bro.
extension of Brian Reynolds. I guess they're not trading him. But he
Yeah,
doesn't want to be
no,
there, but then
that-
he signs an 8-year deal? I don't get it.
I don't get it. I don't understand that either. In less than like almost 6 months.
He literally said that he didn't want to play there at the beginning of spring training.
well now they're
That's-
good.
So now he
they're
wants
not.
to stay. So he's one of those.
Yeah, I mean, if they had O'Neal Cruz for now,
O'Neal Cruz
it would
is
be a
He's hurt.
different story. But like, he's not playing until August.
Like,
But
I'm
they're
not
still
kidding.
good.
Like if
They're
you look
still
at-
winning games.
If they can still be in a position relatively close to where they're at when he comes back, I mean, are the Pirates gonna make themselves a
No.
contender conversation? I don't
The
think
thing,
so.
the thing
Not
is,
in
you
the
can only
contender
depend on
conversation.
38-year-old Rich Hills for so long.
Dude,
Bro,
they're not
but,
even gonna.
but the Pirates are supposed to be like the worst team in the league by far. Easily.
Listen,
they're supposed to
Pirates-
be absolute
No,
dog water.
it's the A's. The A's are the worst.
Yeah, but the Pirates
last-
were not supposed to be good. They were not supposed to be good at all. And
The
now
Pirates
they're
are not gonna finish over 500. I promise you. Like we've seen it. It's so.
Is that a guarantee, Jordan?
Yes.
I'll
Yeah,
take
look
that
at their-
bet that they don't.
I'd take.
That-
Mm.
They're not. Easily not. Look at their team. They literally suck. Like
Yeah,
I'm
they-
not
they-
like they literally suck.
Their schedule has been horrible.
Their schedule has been a joke. They have played no good teams, and their best player is like, I'm a
Ryan
big,
Reynolds.
I can
The
barely
Rays
name
also have had a relatively
Ryan
easy
Reynolds,
schedule.
Jack Sawinski, Connor Joe, Ji Hwan Bay.
G1 Bay and Connor Joe are actually pretty decent.
Yo, Connor Joe is the most normal name ever.
Also, G1
The
Bay,
2K generic name.
I saw him hate to throw some hate, but he did
Connor.
the same thing Bauer did and was found guilty, but everyone isn't talking about it.
Where, in Pittsburgh?
No, before he came over, he did it in his home country. Was found
Oh.
guilty when he was like 19, and
Hmm.
now he's here.
Oh well.
Well, he's in Pittsburgh, so we'll leave it. We'll leave it that.
Yeah,
at
I
that.
don't
Well,
know. Who cares?
Bauer's sorting people out there in Yokohama for the Bay Stars. I might cop one of those jerseys. He's wearing number
Mark-
96 because they wouldn't let him wear number 69.
There is a disappointment I did forget about, and I'm just being real
Go
here.
ahead.
Kodai Senga.
You think he's been that big of a disappointment?
At this point, yeah, and he's pitching right now, pitching like shit against the Nationals. He's just not what I thought. And
It usually takes
You
these guys
called
an
it Yu
adjustment.
Darvish.
Hey, I will defend him. Sometimes the guys that come over do take a little bit of time to adjust because it is a different ball and stuff. And it's different hitting, obviously. Like Tanaka was the same way. Like he had his ups and downs. Otani had his same way the first year. Like you gotta give him some time to settle in.
He's up and down, but he's been. I guess I was so high on him that it's like he just has not been what I thought he was going to be like Yu Darvish. Like
Darvish had his ups and downs. There was a time where Darvish wasn't really.
I'm talking about Darvish now, though. Like, I thought-
Darvish at the beginning was not the same Yu Darvish that we're seeing right now at all.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Mad
No, yeah.
control issues. He would get hit like crazy.
That's Senga, yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
stems back to the difference in balls. Like think about it. You grow up
No,
playing
yeah, it
using a
is.
different one, and now all of a sudden you can't feel the seams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Or
the
they're-
Major League Baseballs are weird.
They're super weird.
Yeah.
There's like
Uh-huh.
no seam to them.
Mhm.
Yeah, the seams are weird.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So I want to also go over a potential breakout candidates. So someone who you could say like Corbin Carroll, who's playing really well right now, but let's try to stick to somebody that you could potentially may not be doing so great right now, but will soar in a little bit later in the season.
I got my Rookie of the Year pick. Can I just go first?
Yeah, go for that. Yeah.
I might be a homer, but Anthony Volpe is
my-
winning
I was gonna say.
Rookie of the Year.
I can hear
Grow
that.
up. Come
I was
on.
gonna say it. I was gonna
What
say it. I
can
was
it
gonna
be?
say it.
That is
Where is
not
this kid
realistic.
coming from? Someone please tell me.
He's
Where
hitting.
is
He's
it?
hitting. He's hitting. He's hitting 300. He's hitting 300 since in
They
the
moved
past
into the
like
lead-up spot.
yeah since he's
Anthony
moved into the
Volpe
lead-up
is going to
spot.
give me a. Is going
I
to
don't
give
know.
me.
I don't know if it's actually that, but I know he is.
It's
I know he
292.
is over. He is. Oh, is it really?
292.
Okay, I knew it was over 200. He's got his actual stats over his batting average over 200. He's not gotten thrown out once stealing bases. He's got like 9.
All right. The issue is he has had like 3 errors in the past 4 games.
He had like 1, I saw.
No, he's had 3 errors in the past 4 games.
Oh,
It's
shit.
okay. How's Frenchie Cordero working out for you? I heard he had 2 errors on the same play and 5 strikeouts today.
Hey, it's okay. We killed the Twins today.
Hey, it's okay, because you know what? You know who's coming back? You know who's taking ABs? Harrison motherfucking Bader, baby. Forget about him.
Whoa! I'm so scared for
Dude,
Harrison.
all the pieces fall back in place once he comes back. Judgy moves back over. He goes to center. Hicks's bum ass doesn't see the field. We can just figure out who the hell the last outfielder is going to be. I mean, I'm sorry. No, back it up. We got Oswaldo. Oswaldo goes to left. Bader in center. Judgy in right. Volpe at short. What are you talking about?
All this to lose to Houston in the ALCS again.
Not even that, bro. They have the least amount of hits, and they have literally the least. Like them and the A's are comparable on the offensive level.
All right,
The Yankees have one of the worst offenses in the league, and that will continue the whole season because they have no one other than Judge. No one.
It's gonna come back to bite you.
Look at
It
your
did
one,
it-
Nick,
Oh,
Nick,
look
show
at
them
our
the
line.
jersey you're wearing. Show them the jersey you're wearing.
This one?
Yeah.
Riz-
Who's on the back of that?
disrespectful
Who's on the back of
player.
that?
Or wait. Did we forget about this guy?
I
also
saw-
have
wait,
this
who's
one.
on?
I didn't realize the Yankees have the last name on
Jizzo.
their.
Jizzo.
I
Jizzo.
Stanton is hurt. so-
Jizzo.
Stan's hurt every year. It don't matter, boy.
Exactly.
Stan's
Glaber
out for
Torres.
minimal
Glaber
games.
Torres. Anthony Volpe.
Can I give a shout out though to like a Red Sox guy that's like very underrated right now? Mr. Jarren Duran is right now, ever since he got called up a couple weeks ago, he's batting .387 and had a grand slam yesterday.
Nice.
I will point out if we're talking new
Good
guys,
for the Red Sox.
big name that we
Hey,
forgot,
you know,
and I know,
it's the little things. It's the little things when you're building back up
bigger name
that
than
you don't want to
that.
see in a couple years from now.
We haven't mentioned probably someone that needs a lot of respect, and we're going to be talking about him for years to come. Adley Rushman,
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
dude, has
He's
been
100%.
absolute
Buster Posey.
beast.
Dude's on
He
the
is.
map.
He is.
That's what he reminds-
He is.
He
Buster
reminds me
Posey.
of him.
He's got him
100%.
written all over him.
Yeah,
He's-
That,
he's got a
that
better
man
bat.
manages to get on base twice a day. It's
Mhm.
ridiculous.
he's legit. He's legit.
He's legit. For
That's
real,
just
and
that's
he's
all you
here.
need to say.
Yep.
Like,
100%.
Yeah, it's not fun playing him in 2 different leagues.
I have a breakout candidate as well. He's been balling the past or this whole season pretty much. Jared Kelnick.
oh yeah, yeah.
He's been
killing
he's
it.
been absolutely killing it.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
a good one.
Whoop, my dogs are barking.
Cut for a second. Yeah, cut for the dogs for a second.
Ugh.
They're gonna go crazy for a sec. I don't think you can hear them right now.
No, we're good. You're good.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jared Kelnick, he's had like 7 home runs in the past, like whole season. Oh, here they go again.
Yeah, he's had like two stretches of 3 home runs in a row. Like he's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts with them. And the Mariners are going to be a, a fucking workhorse come playoff time. I think they're going to be difficult to go against.
Yeah, they're slow right now, but
Sorry, I'm back.
I mean, it's only April.
Yeah.
Everyone's just trying to find their groove right now. So it's like a lot of teams floating in that 2 or 3 games under 500 or two or 3 games above 500.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
it's still
Let's.
way
Come
too early
come
to call
June,
that.
the true contenders will show.
100%.
Agreed.
All right. Let's transition to some fantasy baseball. Faber, do you want to go over some of your either best players so far that you're seeing in fantasy, um, or some of your teams that you got going on, or just some sleepers that may not be talked about that could be on the waiver wire? Um, I'll let you. You got the floor, boss.
Yeah. Well, go by saying I brought them up earlier, but I think there's some guys on the waiver wire who, if you're in a not as deep league, maybe 10 team league, some guys could be out there. Guys such as Graham Ashcraft, I brought him up earlier. He's only owned in 47% of leagues. Um, I think he should be picked up in every single league. He's a quality start machine, and he's just, yeah, he's a beast. Obviously, I just want to bring him up at one more time because he really is this good. Justin Steele, people don't know about him. He's finally getting traction. He's owned in 82% of leagues now. I would say about 2 weeks ago he was owned in like 50% of leagues. This guy is for real and know his name. Um, Marcus Stroman too on the Cubs staff too. He's also a great fantasy guy that doesn't always get drafted. I picked him up off the waiver wire like week 1 or 2. He could be on your waiver wire. He's kind of always floating out there. Um, I'm thinking of some other names. If Nick, Josh, if you
I
guys,
I a guy I just picked up that I saw who was available was Wade Miley. He's been so far so good.
yeah,
He's 3-1 with 17 strikeout. Not a lot of strikeouts, but he's pitching a 1.96 ERA and a .96 WHIP. So he's only owned in 21% of leagues. So he's probably not he's probably available in most leagues out there. So if you are looking for maybe a couple of starts for your week, you might as well pick him up, see what he can do.
Yeah, I've got a couple. My team has not been too hot this year, so that's why I was a little quiet there. But one guy who has been pretty solid, and I don't know if it's, the his peak is already behind us, but if you're looking for an extra start, Mitch Keller all year. I mean, I know that we were talking about the Pirates earlier being pretty good. He had a couple really good starts. He hasn't gone negative for me once. He's been all right. He's going to pitch against the Dodgers here soon, so we'll see how that goes for him. As far as bats, I mean, Hunter Renfroe is only, I mean, now he's up to 80%, 82%. He was only in like 70 something percent. I was able to pick him up before he got really hot, and that kind of surprised me that he was only at 80. So I guess he's a lot of guys like, utility, extra outfielder kind of guy. Another one that I'm seeing that kind of surprises me, and it's a real quiet name, and I see that he's up in 5.4% of leagues, up to 63%. I've had him as like a extra bench piece. Tyro Estrada. He was a former Yankee, now San Francisco Giant for some years. He's been a Giant for quite a few years now. He's just really nice. He's got that second base and shortstop eligibility. So, in a league where there's not that many shortstops that can hit nor second baseman, um, having a top tier backup can't hurt sometimes when he's, cycling between. He's hitting over 300 on this year. I know he hit over 300 last year. He's just a smaller name. He's ranked sixth right now in that second base / shortstop category. And if you need an extra guy, if he's probably available in your league. I mean, if you need an extra spot for a spot start or,
For
extra guy
sure.
on the bench.
Yeah, definitely.
also,
I have one. I have one. I picked him up yesterday. He did pretty good for me. Texas Rangers starter, first place Texas Rangers. All right, Martin Perez. He's been pitching pretty good lately. He hasn't really allowed more than like 2 or 3 earned runs, and And yeah, I just think he's pretty good. He's been pretty good for me
He's a
this year.
great guy to stream. I guess we
Yeah,
call it like
he was a
stream,
great
like
stream.
streaming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been a great
So
streaming option.
Yeah.
yeah, he's constantly up and down. So that's one. I did think of another one who might be an extra bat to keep on the bench. I don't know if anyone's been paying attention to James Outman. I was able to pick him up.
Yeah, he's fire.
Dude
Yeah.
is a potential next Cody
he was killing
Bellinger.
me last week. He
Yeah,
killed me.
Yeah, I picked him up probably too late. Like I don't even have him starting right now in my one league. But yeah,
You
he's been
definitely
going
should
off.
start him.
Well, yeah, this is my other league that I'm looking at. Anyway, the other one that I was thinking too, surprise this year, Joey Gallo, outfield and first base eligibility.
Don't even, bro.
I
even.
don't even.
If you're in a categories
Bro.
league, dude's hitting home runs
I'm
again.
not saying that. He just destroyed the Yankees.
I know.
Mad annoying.
That's what I'm. And he played a
I-
hell
I
of
just
first
think
base
he's
and center
trash.
field.
Sonny Gray just pitched great against us too.
Yeah, he did. He was just one. Both of them just can't play in the spotlight. And going back to
Jordan,
Otani,
don't you love
that's
when
why he won't be a-
former Yankees shit on the Yankees?
Shut
it
up.
happens way too often.
Way
I
too
love it.
often.
But yo,
Great feeling.
I forgot to I brought him up earlier too, but also this is Nolan Gorman. Like he is that good, and if he's not his one problem was he was a platoon player, but the platoon is really in the outfield with the Cardinals. They have actually five outfielders, four pretty good outfielders.
And they just
So-
set down Jordan Walker.
Yeah, they just sit down, but he's in the infield. That doesn't matter. But yeah, exactly.
No, he's-
So Nolan Gorman, what?
He's been playing the outfield because
Really?
Arenado and Goldschmidt.
All right, yeah, whatever. You're right. But Gorman, he should be owned in every league. And then also I have Wilmer Flores, former Met. It's just because he's eligible at like 20 different positions.
No, yeah.
And he's really good to stash on your bench.
Great utility guy. I had him last year.
And then also two more guys. Jeff McNeil, not owned in every league. He's always a good guy to have. When he gets hot, and he's gonna go. He's not the greatest fantasy option in a categories league when you need home runs, RBIs, whatever. But in a league where points or daily or something like that, he's a good play. He's gonna get you 2 hits, and yeah.
I like that a lot. I also have McNeil. I think
Yeah.
he's solid.
Yeah.
Definitely
I
a
mean-
solid option to pick up.
hmm
Yeah.
Anything else regarding fantasy baseball?
My teams have been
Done.
shit, so I don't have much to add.
I choked the biggest lead last week, so
Mhm.
I'm not too happy.
My team, this is probably my worst fantasy year for fantasy baseball ever, and I've been playing since like middle school.
Faber, how's your other league doing?
I say that I also
I'm
started
2
on
and
4
2
last
and 1
year.
in both my leagues, so
Facts.
I'm good right now.
Yeah.
I've just been
I
on
start-
top of my shit, bro. Because dude, when I'm in college, like I wasn't as on top of it as I am now. Now it's like, dude, I'm just grinding that shit. Like,
Yeah, because you have nothing else to do.
See, I'm busy and I have a job, and I can't look at it the way I did in college.
facts. Well,
hmm
I have a job.
Hashtag sports
You too.
management majors, baby.
I don't know.
Nick and I
Right.
would do scouting reports together.
I turned around my 0-4 last year. I can turn around my 1-2 this year.
It's April. The season's
Exactly.
just beginning, so
Yeah. All right. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to do another. Actually, how do you guys want to do this? Do you guys want to individually give our top 5 teams, or would you like to consensus all of us do it together?
as long as the Yankees are in the top 5, because they do not deserve to be in the top 5.
I don't think they deserve to be in the top 5.
Neither do I.
We're
I
on
mean,
the
we
same-
can do it cumulatively. It's probably easier.
Yeah, cumulative
Yeah,
would probably
That's
be
fine.
best.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna all
Cool.
draft we're all gonna draft top 5 MLB teams together. Do a consensus top 5 teams in the MLB.
I guess we
who
all
wants-
agree on
who
number
wants-
1.
Yeah. Do we all
Are
agree
we
on
doing
number
to
1?
start the year?
Yeah, from right now.
So right
at this
now.
point, right now, who's the best team? Not
The
what we
Rays.
think is going to happen. Who right now? Who is the best team?
The Rays are the easy number 1.
Yeah, it's the Rays.
Yeah, Rays are
Rays.
the easy number 1, to be honest. All right, who we got at number 2? We all agree on the
Braves.
A's.
Braves.
The Braves.
I will agree there as well.
Okay. The Braves
Braves
at 2.
easily 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Faber, we agree
3.
with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
3, I'm going Mets or Brewers.
No, I gotta go Pirates.
I'm
They're
not putting them
16 and 8.
I don't care. I'm not. I don't.
You can't put them above the Brewers. They're literally ahead of the Brewers in the standings.
Doesn't. I listen. The Pirates are not a top 5 team. Listen, right now you could put them at number 9 or 8, not top 5. No.
How about this? We'll put the Dodgers there.
I'll
No.
go.
The Dodgers, I
no.
think, are like number 5, if
No,
anything.
I don't think the Dodgers are there.
And I don't think they're
The
top 5.
Dodgers. It's not like the same
I
Dodgers.
mean,
teams
the Orioles have to be there somewhere. Where are the Orioles? 4?
I think we all should just give our top 5s.
Where are the Orioles? 4?
we should all give our top 5s.
This is just gonna get. We're not
Yeah.
agreeing.
Okay.
I mean, the point
All
is
right,
not
so
to
we-
agree, but yeah. All
I don't
right,
know my
Faber,
top
you give your
5.
top 5 then.
Yeah.
All right, fine. I'm gonna go Rays. Braves. I think that's 1, 2 pretty easily. 3. I'm gonna go the Mets. I know we've lost a few in a row, but we're gonna win 95 games. I'm not worried. I'm gonna go number 4, Toronto. They're just stacked and they're performing, so I think they'll be good. And then number 5, I right now I gotta go Brewers because they're performing. They also have a solid roster, so that'd be my top 5.
All right, Nick, you go.
All right. I think 1 and 2 we're gonna agree there. It's the Rays and the Braves. And then honestly, the 3, 4, 5 is tough.
It is.
I think 3rd. I might just be crazy here, but I'm gonna still have to go with the Houston Astros. I hate to say it. They're a game back of the Rangers in the division. They're still 27 runs above score differential. They're still them. 4, now I think we're gonna go with the Orioles. I really think they're real. And 5, we'll go Blue Jays. We gotta have 3 teams in the AL East because that division is just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the division is ridiculous.
I know these
Alright.
teams are gonna fluctuate, but right now that's just the way I see it.
No, right now the list is fluid,
Yeah.
as Stephen A. Smith says. The list is fluid. All right, Sif.
All right. So my 1, 2 is also the Rays and the Braves, and then for 3 it's tricky, but I think I might have to agree with Nick, and I'm gonna say Houston, just because it's like they're the World Series champs. I mean, and they're still the Astros. They're still that good. For 4 though, I like the Orioles. I mean, I just watched them. I've watched them the past couple of days since they were playing the Red Sox, and I mean they just chip away at everything, and it's like they're like a pest. They're always there, and they're always competing in the game, no matter what the score is.
So we have
And
the
then
same list.
And then 5. Wait, oh, I thought you had.
Who's your 5?
Oh, I was gonna have to. I was debating between Toronto and Texas.
Fair debate. But if you pick Toronto, that's the same list as me. So there we go, Sif. I think we agreed on something for the first time ever.
You know what? Just to say, fuck the Yankees, I'm gonna go
Well,
to the Texas Rangers.
You guys have bias in that division, thinking that the Orioles.
We don't have bias. Look at the damn standings right now, Faber.
I've witnessed
are not better than the Orioles aren't better than the Mets in no situation in the world. I don't think anyone would take the Orioles over the Mets. They have no pitching. They have a decent lineup, and they're overperforming.
I can't wait till they play each
That's
other. in a
why
series.
this list is fluid, my friend. It's
I'm just
fluid.
saying. Yeah,
It's current.
Yeah, and currently the Orioles. I'm trying to think of who's playing well right now and who's projecting well.
Well, we were
All
just
right,
Yeah, we
said
all
that
have
was
different
fair.
opinions.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'll give mine.
Oh, second half
I'll
they'll
go-
play the Mets.
I'll go same thing as you guys. I'll go Rays, Braves. And then I'm sorry, Faber. I watched the O's play, man. I don't know why, but I've caught a few of their games. They are really good. Like they are a really good young team.
And they've got a very underrated
I'll
bullpen as well.
I'll go O's at 3, and I'll go Mets at 4 because I have watched some Mets games, and I do think that they are a absolute wagon. And when you have a guy like Pete Alonso who's gonna probably hit like 60 home runs this year, it's gonna help make the playoffs and be in the playoffs.
You're making Faber smile. Look at
I
that.
know. So
Look at that. He's
tickle,
cracking it. I
I'll
see
tickle,
it.
I'll tickle your pickle a little there, you know. But then I'll go Blue Jays at 5. I'll go Blue Jays at 5 because they're an absolute wagon in that division. They're always stacked.
We were
No,
pretty,
yeah.
we were all
Springer
pretty there.
Springer is
Yeah, we had very similar.
if Springer is the reason that you are losing games, I'll take that all day because you know Springer will pick it up. And right now, Springer is the only downfall to the Blue Jays for some reason.
And
Slow
I
start.
think the
He's a vet. He'll figure it out.
Astros and the
Yeah,
Rangers are at
exactly.
6 for me. So.
Yeah, Rangers are fire.
Rangers are right there. I mean,
Rangers are good.
there's
Rangers
a lot
are
of
good.
teams that are right
Brewers
there.
Brewers are floating around that. I think
DeGrom.
Corbin Burns needs to pick it up a little bit, but he will. I think Minnesota's a really good team, but
That's
Pablo
exactly
Lopez
what I
is
was
their
Very solid.
Pablo
Exactly what
Lopez
I was
is their
about to
only.
say.
Yeah,
Pablo
I
Lopez
mean,
is good, and Joe Ryan is a stud.
That
Hey,
was
and
what
don't
I meant to
don't-
bring him up on a surprise.
That's right,
Yeah.
Faber. I shitted on you on
Joe Ryan, I meant to. Yeah, he's a surprise too.
hey,
He's a
and
big
don't
surprise.
sleep on the Cubbies. Don't sleep on the Cubbies.
For real,
No,
that's another
no,
one. Cody is going to be revived. He has been. And I think he's going to continue that. That was one of my picks, was it not? Did I mention that on here? I know I said it to
You
somebody.
did. You mentioned the
They're
Cubs.
six.
Yeah.
They're 6-2.
Yeah,
on
I
No,
the
did I
road.
mention Bellinger specifically? I thought him getting out of LA was going to be a good thing for him.
He's also a big surprise, big sleeper. Bellinger.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Damn,
other than
Dansby
the
is
Braves,
good, too.
they have the best road record.
I believe that.
Well, the Cubs
Yeah.
are good.
I also saw when I was looking at the standings, they have like the highest run differential in the entire National League. The only team that has a higher like positive run differential is the Rays and the Rangers by like
88.
2 runs.
Rays have plus
Yeah.
88 run differential.
And the next closest team
In
is the Rangers
April.
at 56.
Yeah, the next closest team is the Rangers at 56.
That's crazy.
That'll
Crazy.
that'll come back. They'll come down
Oakland
there.
has
I
an
really
Oakland
think
has
so.
a negative 104 run differential.
You act
They're
like you're
bad. No, like even worse than I thought they were gonna
No
be.
other team
They
even
might-
has 50. No other team even has 50.
they might lose. I would honestly be more entertained watching them play like an actual AAA team than like be in the major leagues.
That's sad.
It
But-
truly is. I've never I didn't even think Cincinnati
I'll
was
give
this
you-
bad last year.
Yeah,
But
no.
they're
I'll give
moving
you
to
another
Vegas,
cool stat.
so
Sandy
I'll
man.
give you
Because the owner.
I'll
we're
give
making
you-
a trip out there, boys. We got a Vegas trip to see a new ballpark.
Yeah. Fact.
That'd
Well, I
be
think it's their AAA facility, isn't it? Or they're just
No.
oh, that's right. It's on the strip. They're building it.
The
Who would have
the
thought
Mariners,
Vegas would get 4 sports teams in a decade?
A lot.
that is crazy. The Mariners are the only under 500 team with a plus run differential.
That's just bad luck.
They're
I didn't
they're
even know
sad.
that.
They'll come back up.
Yeah, they'll be there. I have faith in the M's. I'm kind of surprised in the Rangers, but I could still see them being there. I don't know. That
Mhm.
division very quickly could be very good. The A's are the only team that's out on it. Kind of like the AL East with the Red Sox.
Yeah, ALS has some guys.
Yeah, but the Red
Yeah.
Sox aren't nearly as bad as the A's.
No, the Red Sox are 500 and have a +8 score differential. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, if you would have told me that, I'd be fine. Because, I mean, that was what I expected from this team. I didn't expect them to go and win the World Series.
I hate saying that because every time we say that about the Red Sox is when they win the World Series.
You're not wrong. In 21, I
They're
didn't
not-
think they would
they're
do
not.
anything, and they managed to
They're
get
not.
to the ALCS.
They're
Come
not,
on,
but I
we
can
know
see
this
them
team
turning
isn't
around
going
quickly
anywhere.
somehow.
No, I know this team isn't going where, but I'm saying like in 21, it was a very similar situation, and they went to the ALCS, but I don't think that's going to happen this year. They got very lucky in 2021.
These teams are good this year, all of them. When the
Yeah,
Orioles and the Blue Jays are at the top of the division, and forget about the Rays, like, this division's firing on all cylinders.
No, yeah.
100%.
It's the best division in baseball, always has been, always will be. Sorry, Faber.
I mean, our division's pretty damn good too. So
It
Yeah,
is
but you
now,
have the
yeah.
Marlins and the Nationals, so you keep.
I'm not. You can have that award. I don't want to be in the hardest division in baseball. I'm trying to win a World Series. I'm not trying to have the hardest path.
It's fair.
I
That is
respect
fair.
that.
You
Very
can have
fair.
that award.
Yeah, but what if what if it's like all our teams ended up becoming like the most toxic division of baseball if they expanded to 32?
Well, they're also saying about a division reconstruction. It's already
Yeah,
starting with everybody playing everybody.
Yeah, but that's down the road.
Might not be too far. Might be within the next 5
Closer
years.
than you think.
Yeah, but it's there's nothing concrete to really talk about.
I think that'd be crazy if all of a sudden, like,
The Yankees, Red Sox, Mets, and Phillies. Yeah, that'd be.
that would be
That's
the
like
most
war.
toxic division in all of sports. They might have to not do that literally to save, like, population numbers.
I
so
think
there's
that
not
would be great
wars.
for baseball.
It would be great for baseball, but it would like be all-out war in the Northeast.
That'd be awesome.
It'd be really cool. I don't know, like.
Putting the Mets and the Yankees in the same division. Whoa.
That would be awesome.
That'd be scary for the Yankees, but
I'd be whoa.
The problem with that is then you'll never run
In the
into
Steve
like another,
era.
you'll never have like a Subway
Bro, we would
series.
never lose to you guys.
Did you?
That's cap.
We're not going there. Never mind.